Hi everyone, SoulSilver17 here. Let me through this like usual. I did not own this picture, non-paid video. Alright, okay, so I felt like making this what if. Alright. Just going back to it. So the last part I was tired, so kind of dozed off. And the last part we all remember. So I'm gonna be making this one, and then I may watch the Psyche K and make it, and then try to upload these together. Who knows? But anyways, but what I mean by together is like one after the other. But anyways, let's just get into this. So last time where we left off was we just completed the whole entire Izuku doing the Aizawa's test, basically. The quirk test. As well, we have Izuku just using one for all. That's all. Just the simple throwing, increasing the strength, basically. That's it. And we even had him basically knock out Chizaki, aka Overhaul, by making shadow versions of each one. So, are they bullets? Or 7. I don't really give a crap. But anyways. So, yeah, we kind of left off though at the Zawa part. So, we're just going to continue on from there. And, yeah. Anyways. This is what Deku went back in time, part 3. Okay, so. Everyone's technically getting back to class. Izuku's just sighs and he thinks to himself, man, was it really this easy? I mean, come on. I remember it being a lot harder than that, basically. And then basically he remembers. He was like, oh yeah, I'm back in the past. So, Bakugo never, came up and tried to attack Deku, basically, so, yeah, I want to point that out. So basically he sits in his seat, and then he says, I wonder what's for lunch today. Hopefully I can get something good. And basically everyone's talking until Aizawa comes back in class. He's like, alright everyone, here's the thing. Basically, we're gonna... I'm kind of having the fighting portion, the hero versus villains part happen, because I have some scenes I need Deku to do. Who we are going to get rid of? It's quite simple. We're kind of going to get gigantic Machina, taken out early. Okay, you guys are going to probably wonder why, or how you're going to do it. Why do you think Overhaul's there? I mean, if you guys really think about it, Overhaul, he just touches gigantic Machina, and all of a sudden he can blow off his arm. Off his body, from his shoulder, his arm will just be coming off. And, he just used the matter to then increase his, basically, make an armor as such to be on the same level as, gigantic Machina. And I know he has multiple quirks. Just let me... Oh, crap, I did not know that was there. Just let me, look at them up real quick. Give me a minute. Yeah, for the way I want this with to go, how this part to go, yeah, no offense to Gigento Machina, oh my god, I'm just going Giga, basically I'm just gonna call him Giant. Yeah, I'm just gonna call him Giant. Or just like I've been saying, Gigento Machina. Oh, I know people are gonna say something in the comments, but please don't. It's hard for me to pronounce names. And that is a tongue twister for me. So, anyways, so basically, Izuku remembers. He was like, oh, shit. That's right. Oh, we got heroes versus villains after this. Shit. So, basically, Aizawa says, today you're going to have a fight in class, but I won't be your teacher. It'll be after lunch. So, eat and get plenty of, rest. You're going to need it. So basically, he just leaves the room. Everyone's going to lunch. Zuko then is thinking, my basic compatibility, not my compatibility, my percentage with One For All is up a lot. I can technically one-shot everyone here. I even got all the quirks that can help me. Maybe I should use a few shadows. No. Can't let no one, see me doing that. Man, this is gonna be troublesome. So, basically, Jiro, while Zuko was thinking, comes up to him as when she basically, touches his shoulder, immediately he he just turns around with a fist, and he gets near her a little, and he stops. Like, his fist isn't that closer, and she goes like, Jesus, Jiro. Don't ever sneak up on somebody when they're trying to think. I could have hurt you badly. She was like, sorry. Just want to ask you want to eat with everyone. He kind of looks at all the class 1A. He's like, nah, I'm good. The crowds ain't my style. Sorry. So basically he just walking to the he was just walking to the cafeteria faster. But someone gets in his way a little bit. He goes, wait, white and red hair? Todoroki? He's thinking to himself, basically. As when basically Todoroki looks, he's like, oh, my apologies. Was I in your way? He was like, no, man, you're good. Hey, name's Suzuki Midoriya. Shoto Todoroki. Basically, they shake hands, and he goes like, oh, wait, you're the son of the trash can, are you? He was like, huh? Trash can. Endeavor? All of a sudden, Todoroki just starts snickering at that. He's like, nice nickname for him, he says. He goes like, no problem. I'm not a big, Endeavor fan, but he was alright, I guess. If you really can say, he's good at being a hero. Yeah, sure, he gets a lot of stuff done, but the destruction and the attitude, jeez. Which Todoroki does not, and he goes, don't forget a complete asshole. He was like, that too! So basically, Todoroki just says, like, I know that I don't say this, but wanna be friends? Izuku just looks at him and goes, sure, why not? What's the worst can happen with me and you? He does nod. So, while though they're walking, Izuku remembers Endeavor. I'm saying this one, Endeavor, as soon as all my, died and stuff, he basically kept on being basically the number one hero. He kept on working hard. And he did get like a lot more scars. To the point where, he was basically, he heard from the guard, he basically heard from one of the guards that Endeavor was pushing himself. Even some, villains saying, man, did you hear about Endeavor? I mean, I heard he basically is in the hospital again. He's like, oh my god, that's the 4th time this month, right? He's like, yep, he's pushing himself. They'll have to get a new number 1 soon. So, yeah. Deku's like thinking to himself, damn, Endeavor. You like to push your body to the limit. I get it, but jeez, calm down. So yeah. And if you guys are wondering, did Todoroki ever visit Midoriya? Quick answer is no. Reasons why. He could not face his friend, in the eye at all. And, well, let's just say this. Momo and him never got together. She asked him out, and he just literally looked at her and just walked away. That was it. After that, no one knows what happened to him. As I said, he became an underground hero. He basically doesn't, talk to many people, and he modeled himself after Aizawa, which Izuku remember hearing that. He's like, wait, does that mean, he had the scarf and everything? Like, he's remembering that, and then he's looking at Todoroki exactly at the same time. And, well, he goes, he uses a scarf with his ice and fire. He had basically this, some hero support agency modified it. And, let's just say this. When I saw him use it, he looked almost similar to Aizawa. Which what Deku just says in his head, he was like, after remembering, he's like, shit, I thought Shinzo was gonna be him. I do remember him training with Aizawa at one point. And the Shinzo and him became the duo. A duo underground hero. Man, it's gonna feel weird. Maybe I should have Todoroki do that, just to piss off Endeavor a little. So, basically, Todoroki was like, you good? He's like, yeah, sorry, I just imagined something and it was completely stupid. I'm sorry. He was like, oh, by the way, I have slippers on. I'm walking around. I'll stop. Oh, wait, I got put a log on the fire. Give me a minute. Okay, so as I was saying, Todoroki's like, I'm not used to having friends, but what is it? He was like, just imagine you, somewhat looking like Aizawa. Not with the goggles or stuff and the long hair. Well, maybe the hair a little bit longer and the scarf. Just imagine what you could use a scarf with. He's like, huh? He's like, I don't know your quirk, so mind telling me what it is? I'm technically a quirk nerd. By Bakugo standards, I am. Which, he was like, sure, I'll tell you. It's half cold, half hot. Basically, half ice, half fire. He was like, oh, sweet. Then basically, you can use your ice on the scarf, basically, to freeze people in place then, as long range. If you wanted to. And then even using your fire, as Todoroki says, I'll never use my dad's fire. And he's like, dude, I said yours. I never say your dad's. He goes, huh? Explain. He's like, okay. So basically they're just walking to the cafeteria. He's like, listen, fireside. Does it come from your dad? He goes, yes. He goes, no. He goes, huh? I'm talking about the fire literally come from your dad. Like, does it come out of your dad and basically you're the one who's using his fire? Or does it come out of your body and you use your own fire? He's like, Todoroki. Man, look. Your ice, your fire. Your mother probably has an ice quirk, while your father has a fire quirk. Basically, they're your own quirks. Well, they're their own quirks, but combined them together, they made yours. Technically, it's your quirk, not his, not hers. So, like I said, if you use your fire side, you can heat, basically the scarf up, and you can, use it in maybe unknown ways. You never know. Which Todoroki just, repeats. My fire, not my dad's. Then he smiles, smiles and he goes, thank you, Midoriya. You really are a good friend. Which Deku just shrugs and be like, also, before you even say anything, one, your dad had no contact with me. And two, I'll never listen to that fucking burning trash can anyways. I don't even like him as much of a hero. Personality throws me off. Which Haruki just starts laughing a little. He was like, yep, with that attitude of yours, I can tell my dad didn't set you up to even, get me to use my fire. He was like, yeah, use it gradually whenever you want to. Alright? I'm not gonna force you, Todoroki. Anyways, let's eat. So basically, they're in the lunchroom now, they grab their food, and him and Todoroki sitting down at a table together. While Jiro is sitting with everyone else, Bakugo is just looking at Izuku and Todoroki talking, and he's just thinking, damn nerd. Why does he have to change all of a sudden? He doesn't even look up to me no more. What the hell? Which then Kirishima goes like, hey, Bakugo bro, you alright? He was like, shut up, shitty hair. And, Denki kind of noticing Jiro looking at Todoroki and, Midoriya. As he goes like, come on, man. Just talk to her. And, she basically gets up one day and he's like, hey, Jiro. She's already gone. Which she then comes over to Nezuko's and, Todoroki's table that they're sitting at, which I'm just saying is like, just has enough seat for like 4 people, just like a real circle table. And she goes, "Can I sit here?" He's like, "There's an extra seat. You mind if she sits here?" And he says, "No, not at all. Go ahead." So, oh god, give me a minute, guys. Sorry about that. Anyways, okay, so basically Jiro sits down, she was like, so, what are you guys talking about? He was like, then Toru says, oh, Midoriya's just telling me how I can use my ice in different ways, and how I can try to use my fire, basically, which he goes like, huh, why is that? He was like, come on, Jiro, Zuko says to her, don't you know I'm always fascinated by quirks? Besides, I mean, everyone has a unique way how to use their quirk. And then she asks, so, how do you think you can use your quirk? He's like, oh, my quirk is super strength, as, everyone can see. But, for some reason, my body, how should I say this? When I was training over the 10 months, I started noticing sometimes electricity came over my body. So I started thinking, maybe the electricity enhances my, muscles, basically to where it increases my strength. So basically that will equal into my speed and my reaction time. So basically I can, use the electricity to my advantage. And she was like, huh. That's it's interesting way how to use your quirk. It's like, see? She goes, okay, what about mine then? He goes like, well, your quirk is basically through your earphones. You can technically use your own heartbeat as a weapon. And you can actually tell when people are walking in the location. But have you ever thought about, I don't know, maybe try and just use your own heartbeat while having one of your earphones into a wall. I don't know. It may work. Probably dangerous, so I wouldn't try it. Unless you basically have some surface that's soft. You know it'll work. And Jerry was like, huh. Or sonic waves, basically. He goes, that too. So, you got any plans for this, fight that we're going to have with everyone? She says no. Todoroki says, I'll just freeze the building then. He's like, figure you would. Which, Jiro goes like, what about you? He's like, I'm hoping one of you guys will be on my team, but I have a feeling I'm gonna get the Araka Choco girl. Which Drew goes like, what's wrong for her? She seems so nice. He goes like, everyone seems like they're nice until, they show their true colors. Trust me, they're fakes, friends. They'll believe something so easily. So, I won't even count them as friends. Which, Jiro was shocked by that. Even Todoroki. And, Izuku just, they were eating while they were talking. Basically. And after he said he's just done, he was like, see you back in class, guys. He's just walking away. Throws out his trash, put the tray back. He's just walking in class. While Bakugo, he, throws away his whatever trash he has, gets his, tray as Bakugo, runs after, Midoriya, aka Deku. As Jiro and Todoroki just look at each other. And she goes, what's wrong with him? Todoroki just shrugs. He goes, maybe he was betrayed. We don't know him that well. We just met him. Well, I mean, from what you guys seem like you two knew each other. Was he ever like that? She says no. I wonder why. And he just adds in, like I said, he may be high and stuff, so we don't know him that well. And I just started talking to him today, so this is really not a surprise for me. Come on. So, basically they've already done. They, are leaving the cafeteria. Basically, meanwhile, with Deku, he was like, great, I'm gonna have to fight Kachan and Ida with Uraraka. Man, I hated that I actually liked her back then. Why was I not into freaking punk rock girls? Alright, sorry. Just my dad came out of his room. I don't know what's happening. But anyways. So, as Deku's saying that, he hears Bakugo saying, Deku! Basically. And he looks back, he goes, oh, great, the Pomeranian. What do you want? He was like, how? How do you even have a quirk? He was like, oh, easy. Trained really hard, got into a near-death situation, basically punched a dude that had the gun to my head, and yeah, simple. Which Buck was like, what? He was like, yeah, one of our old classmates trying to kill me. I basically beat his ass. It was simple. Anyone could have done it. The dude had the safety on, too. What an idiot. When she was like, what? What happened to you, Deku? He goes, what happened to me? Oh, come on. You're bullying? You really think no one was gonna change from that? Man, how stupid are you? It doesn't matter. I should be thanking you. You just prove on how much of a useless person you are. You have to have someone feel like crap to feel better. I feel sorry for your girlfriend if you ever have one. See ya back in class, Bakugo. As Bakugo clenching his fist, he goes, "We're not done yet, Deku!" So basically, he's trying to, he's running towards, Deku, as he's throwing a punch. As Deku's danger sense is going on, as then all of a sudden, he's seeing everything. Well, he basically seeing a bird flying by slowly, and he goes, "He's trying to hit me." Alright. So he turns around. He basically sees Bakugo there. And then he sees, Jiro and Todoroki, are coming around a corner. As he just says, should I let him hit me or not? Nah. As he just gets out of the way and trips Bakugo. As, he goes flat on his face. He goes like, "Ouch. That had to hurt." Nezu's watching us, right? There's cameras everywhere in the school, Bakugo. You should really think of that. As, he's walking past Bakugo, who just landed on his face. And he goes, Bakugo just says, "Damn it." So, Jiro and Todoroki do help Bakugo, while Izuku's just thinking, that kinda hurt. I wanted to help him, but I did trip him on purpose. I just can't be friends with this Bakugo. He pisses me off too much. Man, it sucks. So, Jiro just asks, "What happened?" He goes, I tripped. Nothing happened between me and him. As Todoroki says, it looked like you're about to try to attack him from behind, yet he reacted so quickly to you. It was, the damn nerd was always smart and quick. I should remember that. So Bakugo, goes back with Jiro and, Todoroki. To the class as Deku's just sitting there. If you guys are wondering about his hero costume, he has multiple things with him. But I'll tell you guys that later. Okay, it is later. So basically, how Deku's hero costume is, it's like, how can I say this? He's not going to show off his other quirks, okay? He's going to gradually show them. For right now, he doesn't have the canon, look that his mom gave him. The homemade outfit, basically. His actual, hero costume is basically, how should I say this? He does have a mask, because he kind of doesn't, he wants to wear a mask because he's, Oni, but it's also because of, if you really think, he thought about it in prison. He goes like, wait, if I show my face to everyone, any villain could come out and attack me, even while I'm in public or off. So why do I just hide my face and my hair? But I'll keep the mouth guard too. I'll just get rid of the ears from All Might, put on a hood, and a hood with a trench coat. Ooh, maybe I can actually put some gadgets in there. That'd be useful. So he kind of thought of that. So gadgets, smoke bombs, flashbangs, and, let's just say for the kicker, stun grenades. So in which, actual, pants, regular combat, not combat, but regular pants, boots, and basically a vest shirt that has like padding somehow, fabric in it. Basically, they figure out a way to have it be mixture between like a vest but a shirt and with pants. Basically, incorporate metal into it, so it's actually be harder to hurt somebody or stab it. So basically, that's also with the jacket, which then has pockets for, certain for the items that he wants. So yeah, and maybe a few shurikens. Why not? And a kunai or two. So anyways, Aizawa comes in after everyone's getting in. He's like, "All right, everyone, I will not be your teacher like I said, but it will be some special guests. I'll take a nap." So Aizawa does that. Everyone's like thinking, someone says, "I wonder who's gonna be the guest or the teacher." Basically, as Denki says, "I don't know, man. Who knows?" So what happens is, All Might comes in, same like in canon, and he does everything else. But everyone gets their costumes. As then, he looks at Midoriya as Midoriya nods. Gives a little nod to him. As everyone believes besides Izuku with his cape, for his hero costume. He was like, "Yo, Midoriya, I, took the liberty of looking at your costume if you did not mind." He goes, "No, I don't." He was, "It's very different than I suspected." He was like, "Oh, yeah, you already saw the original costume. So did my mom. I thought it would be better off if I had something a little bit more, you know." He's like, "I see." He goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna be adding some things from the old costume, like those basically, as basically just, when basically he's about to flick his finger and such. Air cannon. He's gonna say he's gonna add those to it, but he just has to wait for the right time to get them. He can't just, get them right away. But he figures since he has this little bit of combat experience, and he's been training for a year, plus then with his help, as he said, towards All Might, as All Might nods, he was like, "Yes, I'm just saying, I'm shocked by this, and I'm impressed. You're basically going for a strategic and a little bit more of a mysterious way, but you're willing to be the number one hero while this is happening." He's like, "Yes, I know it's basically, I still have the mouth guard what my mom wanted, what I wanted, so that stayed the same. The mask is basically to prevent anyone from recognizing me, and, the hood is just because of, rain. So, I thought it'd be better off if I went like this way. And plus, a few kunai, shurikens, flashbangs, stun grenades, and smoke bombs never gonna hurt anybody. Am I right?" He goes, "No, I don't think. The shurikens maybe, and the kunai." He's like, "Better than having a knife. Trust me. Always rather carry multiple just in case one breaks. But anyways, All Might, don't worry. I'll take it easy on everyone. I won't use that much power. 5% is all I need to take, to basically take on this current level of people." He goes, "Alright then, Midoriya. I'll see you when I see you." It's like, "Gotcha." So, he goes in chains and such. Same thing happens like in canon. But when Izuku's walking out, I want to shout by the way he has his costume. Even Jiro, somewhat. She remembers him talking about it during their hangouts. So she goes, "So you actually went with that look?" He was like, "Mysterious. Rather be that way than let people see my face. Am I right?" She goes, "And you want to become the number one?" He goes, "I'm gonna. Doesn't matter. I have my reasons why, Jiro. Besides, you look good. I expected a lot more rock look to it." She was, "Like what?" He was like, "I don't know, a few spikes." and maybe a design on the jacket of a band. He's like, well, um, he goes, I'm joking. You look perfectly fine. Sorry. She goes, it's fine. So, how did you come with this idea anyway? He's like, tell you later. Right now we got fight to have basically. So she nods. So yeah, give me a minute. All right, sorry about that. So yeah. So basically, everyone, everything happens exactly the same way. And when it's with Ochako, he's like, all right, let's just get this done with. So, they basically bring up the bomb and such, Bakugo and Ida, as well as Deku and Ochako are basically on the floor. He was like, basically waiting for the signal to go in to the building. She was, what's the plan? He goes, listen, your quirk, zero gravity, right? She goes, yeah. Just go find the bomb and don't try to touch it. Bakugo's gonna come after me, probably. There's a likely chance that's gonna he's not going to, wait. So, I want you to go get the bomb while I fight him. And then I'll take care of Ida. She goes, wait, but... He goes, look, I'm just saying I'm better built for combat. Hold on. Which she goes, huh? He goes, look, you don't have no fighting style. No way to, fight off Bakugo long range or Ida's close range. So, I don't want you to get hurt. She goes, oh, thanks. He goes, don't mention it. And then he's just thinking about the time where he actually did like Uraka, and then he shakes his head. He goes, no, don't. It's better off she just with Bakugo. Which, for some reason, Ochako has, I don't know, a little bit, let's just say, she remembers Izuku on her apologizing to him, as she said, confessed to him. For some weird reason, when she remembers that, her eyes, she starts tearing up, and she can feel a tear going down her face. But she goes, huh? And when she Zuko sees her touching her face, she goes, I'm crying. He goes, why? He goes, I don't know. I just remembered something. I don't know how. He goes, mind telling me before we go in? She goes, yeah. So she just says about how she was saying sorry to him and then confessed to him. And his eyes widen, so then he thinks, wait, if I'm around people, do they even remember what happens? All Might, probably thought it was deja vu too. Or is it just because the timeline is trying to... No. It couldn't be. It's just because maybe because this was a moment where she was starting to fall in love with me. I saved her, and then we were working together, and then she sees how reliable and just one of the moments where she fell in love. Crap. And then he just, looks there and he was like, just focus on this. Then worry about it whenever else later, okay? She goes, huh? He goes, look, if we don't get this started, we'll fail. And I don't feel like losing to the angry Pomeranian. So, yeah. As then All Might says, heroes, enter! As he starts walking forward. Which Uraka, is walking behind him. Which she's just thinking, what? Why did I see, just remember that? And I felt sad and in pain. Like my heart was aching. Like it was broken. So she's just looking at Azuku, who has the hood on and the mouth guard basically over his face. His mouth, basically. While they're walking forward, Bakugo does exactly the same thing he does in canon, because he wants to prove to Deku that he's still stronger than him, and he needs to know what the hell happened to Deku. Like, this isn't Deku. He knows it. The competence, skill and fight, back talking to him, you just don't change over a year. It takes a while. And so, yeah, when basically Bakugo comes around the corner, Deku was just there waiting for him. As when he threw the explosion, he ducks as Oracle is already, hidden behind something. As, then Bakugo sees a fist going right towards him, basically hit him in the stomach, which, yeah, Deku only 2%. And Bakugo does get not sent flying, but he does get knocked back a little bit, which Oracle went by. He goes, "Yo, Bakugo, let's dance, shall we?" He goes, "Deku, I'm gonna prove to you something." He was like, "What? How much anger issues you have?" "Yeah, I already know. Come on. Step it up. Show me what you're really made of besides all pride and anger." Which he was like, "Shut up, Deku," basically. And so Bakugo's running forwards towards Deku. Deku's running towards Bakugo. And when Bakugo tries to throw a big, right swing explosion, he, ducks under the arm, uppercut Bakugo into the air right when he threw the explosion. As then he jumps up and kicks Bakugo in the, after spinning, he kicks Bakugo in the stomach. Basically, he puts in 5% of one for all into that kick, and he lands. He goes, "Sorry, I can't use full power. 5% is all I need to kick your butt." He goes, "What? 5%? He goes, "Yep." "Bring it on, Bakugo." So Bakugo gets pissed off by this, as Deku, as he says, he's looking down on me. That shitty nerd. As they basically go and fighting. Deku's dodging everything, using the environment to his advantage, taking sharp turns and the big explosions. When Bakugo's enough sweat, Deku, sees this and he's grinning underneath the mask. He goes, "Perfect. Just what I need." In which, when Bakugo, has one of the arms forward, as All Might says, "No, Bakugo, you're gonna kill him," basically. As Bakugo just says, "I won't kill him if he dodges," as Deku just immediately gets into a run position, and he goes, "One for all." He's not going full counting, but everyone can see just something's starting to happen with, Deku. Now that, he's glowing, which everyone's shocked by, well, kinda, but it's looks way more intense. As then, how can I say this? He's basically bent down to the ground level with his arm back, as, he's putting pressure into, he's still having flow for his body, but it's just, a lot of it's glowing more in the arm, as he's saying 8%. As when Bakugo pulls the pin, he just says, "Smash," basically, as he throws the punch, the wind pressure from it, and the, basically, the force of the actual, explosion Bakugo had collide, and Deku reduced enough of the explosion to where it still overpowered his, wind pressure, but it leaves no damage. As Deku goes like, had to use 8% on that one. Thanks. Which Bakugo, seeing the smoke cleared, and he's like, what? He goes, I just used the wind pressure to basically took half of the damage away, which Bakugo was shocked by. He goes, anyways, she should be fine about the bomb right about now. So, as he basically throws a flashbang and then or rolls into the corner as, Bakugo gets blinded by it, as then Deku immediately runs and just starts wailing on Bakugo with with 8% still. And then finally, up comes Bakugo and send him flying upwards. And, he was already, from that uppercut, he was already knocked out. So Deku just ties him up, and then it says, Bakugo Katsuki has been captured. Which he goes like, what? How? As an Uraraka, just chimed in saying about the bomb. So Izuku runs up the stairs all the way over to the top floor. He's like, and he finds Uraraka. He goes, I got this. Alright? She goes, right. So, he just tells her, though, but try to sneak around and touch the bomb. She goes, got it. Because she's thinking now, yay, I'm going to be useful. So, he basically gets out a couple of smoke bombs, kicks the door open, throws them in, as all of a sudden they have smoke. Basically, it's like the pellet form, so when he throws it, they just smoke pop bursts as Ida's like, where are you, basically? As Deku, snuck in and be like, I'm right here. As when Ida basically turns around, he sees nobody. And then, bam, punch to the face, punch in the side, backs away, runs around a different area, kicks to the leg, him going down on one knee, and Deku then immediately jumps up, kicking Ida, breaking the helmet, which shocks Ida. And then, Hero Team wins! So yeah, give me a minute. Alright, so basically Ida's like, what? And so when the smoke clears, Izuku is right where the door is, as, Uraraka's holding the bomb, just like, exactly the same way she did in canon. And he goes, he just says that in his head, he's like, I wish I did not find that adorable. But, like I said, I should have liked punk rock girls, / musicians. As for some reason, Jiro just feels like someone, said something about her, not specifically, but, So yeah, Izuku just saying, I got Bakugo, I'll take him to Recovery Girl. Anita, your armor's weak. Improve on it. As, he just leaves. Which, Ida's like, well then. So, yeah. So basically, he takes Bakugo to Recovery Girl. They ask who was the MVP. And, well, Deku. So yeah. Anyways, everything goes to canon then. But, let's just say after everything's done, they all are leaving home. Deku's thinking, when I get home, should I look into the time stream? I don't know if I can do that, but if I can see what's happening in this timeline. It's kind of weird how Uraraka would see that memory of her future self. I guess there's some some moments in time where no matter where you are, it'll just be there still. As then he hears Jiro saying, Midoriya! As, he goes, yeah, Jiro? She goes, where you going? He's like, home. I just want to finish this homework as Aoi gave us. She goes, oh, yeah. I was wondering if you wanted to hang out. he just looks at her and is like, really? You want to hang out with little old me? I mean, it can wait, right? She goes, yeah, it can. So, I mean, he's like, but don't we have to, read up on, basically the heroes, when quirks were happening, write a 3-page essay on it, and then basically, just, I get it. It's just not a good day. He was like, how about this? We hang out this weekend, alright? And, well, what happens? We'll basically go to a movie, get some lunch, do whatever you want to, alright? She goes, wait, seriously? He goes, yeah. What do you say? She goes, okay. He goes, great. See you then. Tomorrow we'll make the date. Basically the day and the time. She goes, yeah. Good. So he basically goes on the train station, and, she also does too, but she gets off at a different one, and, Izuku does get off. So when he gets home, he does do his schoolwork, but when he takes a break, he just thinks, I wonder, how could I even see the timelines? As just then, he gets a knock on the window. He was like, huh? I live in an apartment. How do I have a window? Oh, wait, I'm not in the dorm. Wait. Oh, yeah. Duh, it's my computer. That's a notification I have on someone trying to send me a message. So basically, it goes to the computer, and then it says, hey, Zuku. It's me, Simon. Look, I know you're probably thinking, how did I find out where you are? Or just, that email you have on your computer. I just had someone hack into, after I found out where you lived and stuff, I can see which, basically you were. I remember you said something about you having an email saying, big as All My fan. So, yeah, listen. I forgot to mention something to you about another thing about my quirk. About if you really can't see the timelines that much, or at all. Well, I mean, you can, but because you have to see which point in time you want to go to. So, but I mean, you really can't see that much into the future or the past. Alright, just want to let you know that. So, yeah. Okay, by the way, everyone, I know you're probably thinking, did I say or did I get it wrong? Probably. Yeah, I'm gonna double check that. Okay, Satu, yeah. It was Satu. Satu that sent the message, alright? Sorry, I was kind of dozing off when I was listening to the recordings. So, yeah, Satu's name. I knew it started with an S. So, but it was not close. So basically, just imagine I said Satu. And he's like, huh. Alright. So, he kind of just be like, thanks, how can I see the timelines? Or the time, this time stream's gonna happen. So he kind of just closes his eyes and ponders on it, and then, he starts to, sees a light, and then when he opens it, it's like he's in a void of white with basically a stream of line going in one direction. It's like, huh? So when he touches it, it shows the present, and then he kind of then moves his hand. It's showing the future basically. He's you know when basically you kind of reverse time. I mean, in a video, but it actually rewinded it. Imagine he's basically moving his hand to the left. It's basically going forward, but then when he moves his hand to the right, it goes backwards. Okay, so basically he's moving his hand to the left. He's basically seeing what he's gonna do and such. But he's like, okay, this is technically a cheat. This is really cheating. But wait, I go after gigantic, gigantic machina, giganto machina. Huh? That happens tonight. I mean, I was thinking about taking him out, so at least I know I do it. So then he's like, closes his eyes again. Then he opens them up. He's like, note this up. Don't overuse that power. Oh, that side of the quirk, unless it's absolutely necessary. Seemed like time slowed down, or it didn't even move at all. Basically, then one of the users says, "You're right. Time didn't move at all. It was like when you went to your mindscape, you didn't come into the vestige world. It's the world of the time quirk, the time traveler one. It's amazing." It's like, so, but you try to use it, time will basically stop in the real world. Good to know. So, after that, Deku, finish up the work, and he goes, well, since I go kill Giganto Machina, let's just do this. So, he, goes to his mom. He says, I'm going to take care of a villain before he causes a problem in the future, okay? She was, just don't be back late and don't die. He's like, you're not going to. She goes, I know you can take care of yourself, but please. He's like, I got you. Also, how's Eri doing? Usually Inka goes, she's okay, but she's still afraid to, He's like, gotcha. She was exactly the same way until Chizaki or Overhaul is down and put away for good. Then she won't be safe. She goes, what are you gonna do? He goes, I'll end him. Make sure that bastard's dead. She goes, what? There's one way to kill somebody, Mom, then killing them. She goes, what do you mean? He goes, you take the one thing that they hold power on. I already took one piece. The next piece is his arms. Or should I say his hands? Which her eyes widen. He goes, yeah. Basically, Overhaul has that physical contact into something. Imagine, though, how should I say this, what his quirk is like. Alchemy, but on steroids. Which he does not. As, Aries like, Papa, don't go. As he chuckles. Which, Ingo's like, huh? So he basically goes over to where Eri is. She was laid down. As soon as he puts Eri, technically nudges her closer to him, basically. Like, have her, lean on him. Because she was, leaning a little, about to fall over. But, have herself not, fully fallen over. So, basically he's like, I'm not leaving you. I gotcha. Alright, Eri? She basically was about tearing up, but then now she's smiling while she's sleeping. And she was, so you became her father, huh? He's like, just a father figure. I have to tell Aizawa this, though. He's the only one that can help her with her quirk, for now at least. Well, I'm having my little helper, as basically Shadow Eri, is basically using the quirk to reround stuff that's not, useful, or broken. Well, actually, no. Actually, stuff that's broken. So, yeah, anyways, after a little bit, he basically, grabs a pillow, puts Eri down, let her sleep. He's like, and you don't stay up too late, Mom, okay? She does not. So, Izuku, leaves the apartment. Oni outfit comes on, and then he goes. He basically starts running as, well, for some weird reason, he's basically seeing shadows, like the shadow of some stuff fall on him. He's like, what the? Why is it following me all of a sudden? And then, well, when they basically started to swarm around him, he's like, what the? What's going on? As, well, he just feels something, he's holding on to something, as he just, when they start covering him, it's just only a freaking motorcycle. And he's just driving it across the rooftops without even having no troubles. He's like, whoa, this is awesome. So, he travels on the rooftops. Aizawa sees him, and he's all like, what the? So, he's trying to follow him. Izuku doesn't even know because he's just trying to figure out how is this even possible. But he knows he has to step it up a notch. So he's basically revving the motorcycle and going even faster. Aizawa, let's just say, he's a little bit more high-tech, but he never told anyone, so basically he throws a tracker, and he's keeping a track on Izuku. So he's going to get a car, or a ride, and track where this person's going. So, yeah. Basically, after an hour or two of Izuku driving, he gets to the forest where Gigantic Machina is. Giganto Machina is. Hold on. Okay, so, he basically says, this is the place. He goes, Overhaul, 8 bullets. Come out. As basically shadows come out of his, shadow, the soldiers, he goes, listen, find somebody in this forest. Basically big with red spiky hair. Understand me? Even like rock-like skin. And they nod, and they go throughout the forest. Izuku is, well, just walking through it. Has basically a shadow katana with him. Well, basically he just grabbed it from the actual, shadow, pulled it out. As he's just walking through. As, let's just say, Ragma? Hold on. Rappa is, her thrown into the trees. Basically, as some of them are falling down. As Izuku, well, running towards that direction with the other soldiers. Or the other basic members along Overhaul. As, when he gets there, he sees Rampa basically fighting Giganto Machina. Wait, Machina. Yeah, we all know I'm gonna pronounce them wrong. Don't even leave it in the comments on how to pronounce it. It's not gonna work. Okay? Fine. Yeah. So, basically, Izuku was like, I thought it'd be way bigger. Besides the point. Alright, everyone, get in positions. As all of them nod, so while Rampa is fighting him off, the other 8 bullets along, Overhaul is in position. Each one then goes in and tries to, keep Giganto Machina on his toes. And it turns out he's a lot quicker than what he thought. While Izuku's watching it, he's basically reading, how he dodges and how quick he is. Basically, but the one thing is he didn't realize. Well, Izuku did not realize he was growing a little bit. He's like, what the? So he gets a little bit bigger, and then, well, he's bigger than Izuku and everyone else. He basically can be seen in the tall trees from his hair, as Aizawa is seeing this, and basically, though Izuku does see Overhaul touching his tail as it just bursts off, which he doesn't even notice. He's like, he doesn't feel pain. Basically, he says, everyone, he doesn't feel pain. Go for vital organs or basically bring him down. As all of them do nod. So they each one go for a limb or organ while Overhaul touches a part, taking off some of his skin. So basically, Rampart basically hits one the back of the legs as he falls. As an Izuku kind of grins, he goes, wait, everything here has a shadow. So, as he has all he tells them all get back, as in all of a sudden Zuko has all the shadows from the tree cover Giganto Machina. As he's trying to rip it off, as he knows obviously he's like wondering what the hell is this thing, as it's covering him, as then all of a sudden Zuko says, got him. He's not gonna. Well, this bat's gonna become a shadow, even if he doesn't want to. As all of a sudden, there's a shadow version of him. As, well, Hizuku says, that worked? Nice. So, Gaijento Machina somehow feels exhausted. He goes, what the? He goes, oi, shadow, Gaijento Machina. You mind helping me kill him? Which it says, yes, my liege. So it basically grabs him, and let's just say he does. But Giganto Machina is basically not banned, but I mean, is well. Wait, hold on. How can I forget this Batman villain? Bane. I am Bane. Oh, not Bane. Oh my god. Give me a minute. Yeah, I was right. And basically, Giganto Machina is Batman, not the Shadow version. And basically, he cannot feel his spine broken, but yeah, Shadow version. They, no offense, they do work with the quirks, but imagine them also like having some, inhuman strength because of how strong Zuko is, and the quirk is enhanced. It makes Shadow Soldiers even more stronger than the actual counterpart should be. So, yes, he gets his spine broken. Does he feel it? No, he tries to get up, and I think he does have regeneration. No, he does not. Okay, so basically, he's trying to get up. He's like, what? Why can't I not move? As then Zuko goes over to Overhaul, and he's thinking, wait, they're just shadows. Couldn't they merge together? So he looks at a Giganto Machina shadow version. He goes, actually, I'm gonna call you instead of Giganto Machina, Machina. I'm gonna call you Giant. All right, which, yeah. The shadow version of Giganto Machina is now called Giant. He's like, yes, my lord. And then he goes like, okay, Overhaul, Giant, combination. Which, well, let's just say it happens. Somehow basically the shadows become one, and, well, he basically, how should I say this? Overhaul becomes is like a part of Giganto Machina, and as basically, how can I say this? Imagine he's on the shoulder of him, and then basically his arm is a part. It looks like it's just going into the shoulder. It's basically just merged together, basically. Because this is not solo leveling Shadow Army. This is actually they literally are shadows, and they can not be erased or killed, and they can come back to life no matter what. So technically, it's not, there's no mana. So basically, and they can do this because they actually are physical shadows. Just want to point that out. So basically, Giganto Machina asks, what now? I mean, not Giganto Machina, Giant asks, what now? He was like, easy. Touch his forehead. Let's see what happens. Which Giganto Machina is like, what? So, he does. And what happens is, blows up. Which, all for one feels him died. He's like, what? How? How did somebody kill him? So, he's pissed off and such. And basically, Aizawa is there. He just arrived when this happened. The whole entire, bang and breaking Batman's back scene happened. And then the shadows merge together. As Zuko looks over to the side because he hears twig break. And when he sees Aizawa, he, voice changer activates. He was like, so, you followed me, huh, Eraserhead? Well, I really shouldn't be surprised. It probably was when I was having too much fun riding on my shadow motorcycle. He was like, illegal quirk usage and killing is against the law. You're coming with me. He was like, not a chance. I just took out a big threat. Believe me, you'll be thanking me soon. As when he snaps his fingers, the shadows go into his own shadow. As then he, throws the shadow katana, hitting it, throwing it past Aizawa's forehead. As he, looks towards wherever it's going and looks back. Deku's gone. He's like, can't believe he distracted me. So he basically tries to run in a direction where he thinks Deku is, but no. He just went to a shadow and dipped. Like, he went, left to where he's outside the apartment. And, yeah. Am I going to have Eri ever get captured? Yes. But for right now, no. So, when he gets back home, he basically, he came out of the alleyway, walked home, opened the door. His mom suddenly fell asleep. Sort of. She's basically dozing off as Zuko comes in. He goes, Mom, are you awake? She's like, oh, Zuko, you're back. He's like, it's not before midnight. It took me an hour, 2 hours to get there, but we knew I could shadow warp. She goes, that's good, sweetie. Hey, do you mind taking Eri to her room? He's like, you mean your room? She goes, oh, yeah. He goes, not at all. So basically, he basically takes her to, his mom's room. As basically Aries, wakes up a little bit and she goes, Papa? And he's like, hey, Snowflake, what's up? He goes, I had a dream. He's like, I know, but the Batman won't get you. I promise. She does nod and she goes, what's gonna happen to him? He goes, he's gonna lose the ability to use his quirk. A man who wants to get rid of quirk shouldn't be able to use it. And, he doesn't deserve to keep some things. So, don't worry. Your papa's gonna take care of it. She does nod, and then she slowly goes back to sleep. Izuku, was kneeling down to where, he can talk to every eye to eye without looking down. But then he gets up, he sees his mom, basically sleeping, and he basically says, Mom, come on, let's get you to bed. She goes, alright. So he helps her get to her room, and he places her in bed. She's just gonna sleep in her clothes that she has on. He's like, night, Mom. She goes, night, Izuku. So yeah, he goes to his room, he just sleeps. And the next couple of days, everything goes the same as in canon. And then basically the USJ. But we're going to save that for later because I'm going to upload this video probably in a few minutes. But yeah, everyone have a nice night, day, wherever you are. And bye.